Okay, so welcome to our webinar tonight. So our webinar is about random acts of kindness, and you might be thinking, what is this and how does it all work? Well, basically it's just showing random acts of kindness to, it could be a loved one, it could be a neighbour, it could be a complete stranger. And you know, when you start adding this to your life, it does bring great fulfillment in my heart. I know when I do things, and it's kind of a knock-on effect. So the idea is, if you show a random act of kindness, it sort of triggers the thought in someone else's mind that they may be able to show an act of kindness. You don't need oodles of money to do this. You don't need any money. You can make things at home with supplies that you already have, and that's what tonight's about. We want to show you some things that perhaps you could make and pass on to your neighbour and drop on their doorstep. Obviously, with what's going on in Australia and the world at the moment, you know, we need to remain, our social distancing and stuff is important. So yeah, and you know, and about how we can do this. So I'm just going to talk a little bit, just really quickly, about some stuff that I do. About once a month, we have a really cool little coffee shop here in the Huon Valley, and I like to go there and I just say to the girls, I'd like to pay for an extra cup of coffee, and if you can pay that forward, that would be amazing. So someone that comes in today, you know, that you know might be struggling with something or a bit down, just give them that cup of coffee. The other way that we can do this is, you know, you might see someone and have, like, be able to make them up a really cool little roller of oil and just pass that on to them. So some ideas around that is, you know, there might be a new mum that you know of that you could make some baby wipes or a beautiful care package. She might have some toddlers that you could make some PlayDough and throw in there for the kids as well. Maybe a cute little sticker book that you found at the dollar shop to give to her little one while she's breastfeeding the other baby or bottle feeding the other baby. So, you know, you could do a herb kit for a friend that loves to cook with some little vials of oil, or maybe a beautiful salad spray for them to keep in their fridge. Healthcare workers at the moment are going to have very sore feet and have lots of emotions, so there's lots of things there that we could do. You know, Luxe face wipes for a friend, a beautiful pure fume, a hot chocolate mix, some gorgeous like wellness gummy bears. Like, if you Google that, there's heaps of recipes out there. A lip balm, a beautiful pillow spray, or maybe even just a casserole for your little old lady that lives at the end of your street that mightn't be able to get out and about at the moment due to, you know, anxious feelings and things like that, but mightn't be into oils or Luxe face wipes. There's so many things you can do to pass on that kindness. So we're sort of going to go into it tonight, and everyone's going to share like some great recipes that they do that they might, you know, pass on through random acts of kindness. We would really love to get a ripple effect happening with this, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that after everybody's done their presentation, and how you can help make this ripple effect real in the world. So who was going first?
Me.
Beck. So Beck's beautiful, and I'm going to hand it over to her, and I'm sure she's got some tips of her kindness that she would love to add to this. Go for it, Beck.
Hello, thank you, Karma. Hi everyone, thanks for being here tonight. When I told my two little ones that we were doing this random act of kindness webinar, they said, oh, you're going to fill some buckets. Has anyone else heard about bucket filling? My kids came home with it when they were in kindy actually, and they talking kindy about filling each other's buckets and doing nice things for each other. And when we fill other people's buckets, it fills our own bucket as well. It makes us feel really, really good to do these simple little things for other people. So I'm going to show you today DIY cleaning products are kind of my jam. I absolutely love making cleaning products. So I'm going to show you 2 beautiful recipes tonight. They're really, really simple. They're very, very cheap to make. You've probably got most of the ingredients already in your cupboard at home. And what I thought that we would do with these, the kids and I, over the next couple of days, we'll walk up our street and we'll just leave these on the doorstep of one of the neighbours and give them that little gift and fill their bucket and fill our bucket a little bit up too. So I'm making a dishwasher powder and a bench cleaner. So I might start with the dishwasher powder first because it's probably the most complicated. It's not really complicated, but it's got a few ingredients. So to make this one, you'll need a bowl to mix up with. And you need some washing soda. Now, washing soda is available at the supermarket. It's just in the cleaning aisle. It's generally up high or down low. They don't usually put it at eye level for us. So just have a look up high or down low if you can't find the washing soda, but it is in the cleaning aisle. You need some bicarb soda, some fine salt, and some citric acid, and then of course some essential oils. And I'm going to pop in some grapefruit and some lemon essential oil into this one. So I'll quickly start measuring it out, so I am aware of time. So we need 1 cup of the washing soda. Now I buy this stuff in bulk, so I've just got my big bucket off to the side here. But 1 cup of that. Then we need a cup of bicarb. Now, if you have a Thermomix, by all means do it in the Thermomix, and you'll be able to whiz it up in the Thermomix and really get all of those ingredients and the essential oils mixed through. But just doing it in a bowl like this is totally fine. It'll just take a little bit longer to mix up. Then we need 1/2 cup of salt. So some nice, just some fine, cheap salt is fine for your cleaning products. And then 1/4 cup of the citric acid. Okay. There. And then some of our beautiful essential oils. I'm going to put 10 drops each of grapefruit and lemon. About 10. So citrus oils are really, really amazing for cutting through grease and grime, and fabulous for cleaning. They're really affordable as well, so that's why I like to use them in my cleaning products. So can you see that? And then all I'm going to do is just mix that up really, really well with my spoon. You can see where, you know, doing this in the Thermomix would be a lot easier. So do that if you have one available. Otherwise, just take 10 minutes, sit by yourself and get all the lumps out. And then what we're going to do is, I've just grabbed a recycled old jar. I think this one had coconut oil in it. I've washed it out, dried it out really, really well. And then we're just going to pop this dishwasher powder into the jar. It smells absolutely amazing. Very, very nice and fresh. So I'll mix that up properly, get all the lumps out, fill up my jar. Now, when I'm giving homemade things as gifts to people, I really like to put like a little label on it, a little tag. And I've just made one up quickly here. I just found these in the cupboard, with what it is, and then the ingredients on the back as well, just so that whoever is receiving the gift knows exactly what's in there. So I've just drawn some love hearts on there. I've written the ingredients on there. I've written handmade with love. And I think that is a beautiful little gift. I would love to find that on my doorstep. The supermarket is the last place that, you know, a lot of people want to be at the moment. So, you know, if this saves someone a trip to the supermarket, then that's awesome. So I'll keep mixing that later because it's got a few little lumps in there, but that just goes in there, lid on and done. Okay, very, very simple, very, very easy. And the instructions for how to use it are on my label as well. So I've just said use 1 tablespoon per load in the dishwasher. Okay, very easy. Now, the second recipe, it's probably even simpler. We're making bench cleaner. Now, this recipe is direct from the doTERRA blog. So you just need a spray bottle. I like these ones. I love to use glass, but you can find these at Kmart as well. They're only $2. So if you're looking for a nice affordable little spritzer bottle, try Kmart or even like a $2 shop or something like that. So this recipe is very simple. So 1 3/4 cups of filtered water going into my glass bottle here. Then I need 1/4 cup of white vinegar, just the cheap stuff from the supermarket. And then this one's really cool. You can put whatever essential oils you like in here. I've chosen eucalyptus and lavender tonight, but again, citrus oils would be amazing. Whatever you like the smell of, really. Citrus bliss would be beautiful. If you've got your oils and you're not sure if they're going to work well together, a little trick, put the bottles together, wave them around under your nose and see if you like the smell of them together, and that smells absolutely divine. So I'm going with, how many am I doing? 15 drops of each, okay? Roughly. Okay, and that's it. You give it a good shake up. Again, I've got the little tag on there. Handmade with love, all-purpose spray, so they can use this on any sort of surfaces, bench tops, bathrooms, kitchens, wherever. I've listed the ingredients and just told them what they do with it. Okay, so that's very, very simple. The kids and I will go for a walk tomorrow up the street and drop that on someone's front doorstep, and I'm sure, I hope, that they will absolutely love those little gifts. So there you go. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be complicated, but yeah, it's just the thought that counts, isn't it? So yeah, that's it. My 2 cleaning DIYs. I'm going to pass over to Kelly now. Kelly's making for us a beautiful, some Luxe face wipes. These are amazing. I love these ones. And a sore feet spray. So over to you, Kelly.
Awesome. Thanks, Beck. They were lovely and super easy to make. So what I'm going to do now is make a sore foot spray for, this would be great for any of our essential care workers at the minute because they absolutely run off their feet. So what I've got here is just a 100 ml little spray bottle, and this recipe is really easy. So what I've done earlier is grab some magnesium flakes that you can get in most supermarkets now or health food shops. And I'm sure most of you, if you've got oils already, have got some of these at home already. So I've done this earlier because I had to add some boiling water so that melt. So I've popped in here 50 grams of the magnesium flakes and 50 grams of the water, and I've just melted that down. So I've got a beautiful little liquid here now. And what I'm going to add in there is 10 drops of Roman chamomile, because this is going to help them sleep. So we want them to be able to spray this on their feet before they go to bed each night. So we're just going to pop in 10 drops. And 10 drops of lavender. So these are both a beautiful, calming, soothing oils. And nearly out of lavender. And then just give that a quick mix. And I've got a little funnel here because I knew I wouldn't be very steady tonight. And we're just going to pour it in here slowly. And hopefully it should all nearly fit. Awesome. And we pop our little spray bottle on the top. And I had a little bit of ribbon here somewhere, and I was going to do the same thing, but I'm not quite as organised as Beck. Write the ingredients on there, write what it does, and write, tell them to pop it on their feet. So I've got a few nurses and essential care workers in our lives. So I'm going to, next time I need to go into town to get some groceries, I'm going to pop this in their mailbox and let them know that it's there. And yeah, that's a beautiful little gift. Beautiful, will help them sleep at night and really calm and soothe them. So that's a good one there. That's really easy. The next one I'm going to do is some Luxe face wipes. So what I've done here is got a jar. And also just got I found a packet of these round cotton pads in the cupboard. So we're going to pop them into a jar. So this one, I've given the recipe as being 2, 2, 2, but you might need a bit more liquid depending on how big your jar is and how many wipes you're popping in there. So what we're doing for starters is popping in 2 tablespoons of witch hazel. Witch hazel, you can also get that at your supermarket, but most of you guys might have it already in your cupboards if you've been doing a bit of DIY. So we're going to start with 2. I'm just popping it into a glass jar here. And 2 tablespoons here of jojoba oil or any carrier oil you've got at home. So I like using jojoba because it's really nice for your skin, and this is the one that suits my skin really nicely. But you could also use the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil or rosehip oil, sweet almond oil, something that you've got in the cupboard already. And my little spray pump thing looks a bit broken, so I might just have to pour it in. So we'll do 2 tablespoons of the jojoba. And we're doing 2 tablespoons of cooled boiled water as well that I've done earlier. All right. So I just got this in here in a jug. We're just going to mix it up a little bit, and we're going to add in some beautiful skin oils. So the ones that I've chosen tonight are lavender. So lavender is really good for skin as well. So I'll pop 2 drops in there. Frankincense, because that's another beautiful oil that's really good for skin and calming and soothing. And geranium. Geranium is one that is quite potent out of the bottle, but when it's mixed together like this, I really love the smell of it. We'll just do 2 drops of that. And we're just going to give that a really good mix to try and mix it all up. And then the next bit is we're going to try and pour it all into this little glass jar. And then along the way, we're going to poke it down to make sure, because at the minute it's all sitting on the top. So we're just going to poke it down with a fork until we get it all soaking through. And you'll know we want them to be moist, but not like wringing wet. So once we've got the that balance right, we should be good to go. But this takes a little while to sort of soak through, but we're just going to poke it down with a fork. I'm probably going to have to add a little bit more water into this little mix, but you can see, get the desired effect there. Pop it lid on with a beautiful ribbon around there, and also make sure you pop on what is in there, because they are going to be using this on their face. But it's a really good one to get any makeup off and sort of give your face a cleanse before they go to bed as well. So that little gift will probably go with the foot scrub, because I know someone special that needs that. And yeah, and that's just another beautiful little gift as well. So they're the 2 easy, super quick ones. Hopefully you'll have most of those things in your cupboard as well and won't have to go out and about. If you don't have the oils that I use, so I use frankincense, geranium and lavender in the Luxe face wipes, don't worry about that. Just use some really good skin oils, and yeah, and go from there. But I'll leave you to it, and I'll pass it over to, I'm not sure who was next. Was it Jess?
Yep. Thanks, Cal.
Yep, awesome.
Those products that Kelly just made are amazing for healthcare workers. You know, they've been working long shifts. They want something to help them sleep. They're not, you know, a lot of them are going to be just so tired, and just to give their face a freshen up. Beautiful, beautiful gifts for healthcare workers. Okay, and just remember, these healthcare workers probably aren't looking after themselves like they should be. So tonight I'm doing a hand sanitizer, and I'm doing a bath soak. So a beautiful bath soak. Now there's a couple of versions of bath soaks that you can do, and I really like the Cleopatra bath soak. Karma does a really good version of that. And it uses magnesium flakes, powdered milk, and is it bicarb soda, Karma? Or magnesium flakes and powdered milk only? But when you use magnesium flakes, if you're giving it to someone in a jar, it can start to absorb the water and it gets a bit wet and soggy, and it doesn't end up being a beautiful powdery mix. So for this version, I'm ditching the magnesium flakes and I'm using beautiful Epsom salts. So I get my Epsom salts, and I'll just show you, in bulk from Blantz. So this is an Australian company. They do everything in bulk. This is natural Epsom salts, bath grade, food grade, and they're not tested on animals. They're just a really ethical company. No fillers. It's pure Epsom salts. There's lots of different grades of Epsom salts, so just be aware of that. You don't want to be buying Epsom salts from Bunnings. That's going to be for your garden and not a very good grade. Okay, so Blantz, you can get the citric acid. You can get everything you need from Blantz or places like Oils for Life Australia. So just jump online, do one order, get them all delivered to your front door, and you're good to go. So this is a really good one for teachers. So what I've got in here, I've got Epsom salts and some bicarb soda. So a really good one for teachers, for neighbours, for any women. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful mix. And I've got here just to pimp it up and make it a bit more beautiful, some dried flowers. So these are organic red rosebuds and organic calendula flowers. So this is going to make it look really stunning. Okay, so you take your Epsom salts. So it's 3 parts Epsom salts, 1 part bicarb, and the bicarb gives your skin a beautiful feel, and it's really detoxifying. So the bicarb is a good part, but it sounds a bit weird to be putting bicarb in your bath, but trust me, it's a good addition. So you can use any essential oils that you like. I've got peace here because this is what we love for our kids, but lavender peace is another good blend. And what did Kel just put in her, whatever she just put in her wipes, I think it was frankincense, geranium and lavender, was it? That would be amazing too. And the geranium with the red rosebuds would be stunning. Geranium's known as poor man's rose, so we wouldn't be putting rose essential oil into something like this, but we could put geranium and that would be beautiful. Okay, so grab a jar. Now there's a couple of different jars that you can get easily. Got these from Woolies. These are just preserving jars, but they look really nice. You can put a bit of material over the top. This one here, I think Big W, and this one Kmart. This one, usually I would go for something like this. Put a bit of sticky tape around it and a nice bow if you're giving it to someone or leaving it on their front doorstep. And like everyone else said, you always want to tell them what's in it. Otherwise, they're just going to be like, what's this weird pot of white stuff? So send them a text, put a note, put a nice card with it. This one is what I'm using tonight, just because I want to be able to show people that there's beautiful flowers in there. So, I don't know if I can do this. So I'm going to pop my mix in there. Oh, sorry, I forgot the essential oil. So we're going to pop in, for this size, about 10, 12 drops. And I'm wishing I'd had the geranium now. That would be a really good idea. But Peace Blend is quite strong. So I just want to give it a good mix. And then we're just going to pop it in here. You can already smell it. I already feel relaxed smelling the vetiver in Peace. It's just so beautiful. Made a bit of a mess. And then what I'm going to do is pop some beautiful dried flowers on there. And these are going to be beautiful for their bath when they scoop them in. If they've got kids, the kids are going to love that. But it also looks stunning. Now you can mix them in too, but I actually like the look of it sitting on top. Ideally, I'd fill it up a little bit more so the petals are touching the lid. So, oh, here's another idea. Found these at a local $2 shop. These are just a windowed gift bag, and that is a really nice gift for a bath soak as well. Okay, so that's a beautiful, beautiful gift, and it's going to be so welcomed by anyone, kids. It's really easy for the kids to make, safe for the kids to make, but most mums, elderly ladies, this is going to be beautiful. Most people have a bath in their home, hopefully. Give that gift to people that have a bath. Okay, so a hand sanitizer. So this is one, I work in a hospital, not at the moment because I'm on maternity leave, but generally this is one that I've got in my scrub pocket. This is an On Guard hand sanitizer. So we've got a 50 ml bottle here. Got some aloe vera gel. See how this aloe vera gel is not bright green? This is because it's organic aloe vera gel. It doesn't have any fake colours in it. This is from Oils for Life. So I've got a squirt in there. You'll get the recipe as well. Then we've got some witch hazel, organic witch hazel, and isopropyl alcohol. So this is the Diggers brand. I got it from, this happens to have a spray on it, but I got it from Big W. You can also find it online or, you know, a lot of places are starting to produce, a lot of distilleries are starting to sell isopropyl alcohol. Bunnings, I think, has this one as well. So we want it to be, you'll get the recipe, but with 60% or more. You don't want too much alcohol, but about 60%. So I've filled it up there. Now it's very drying alcohol, so that's why I've already got in there a teaspoon of the aloe vera gel. That's going to help moisturize the skin. And then I'm going to pop in some coconut oil as well to help moisturize the skin. And then I'm topping it up with the witch hazel. Leave a little bit of room in there for your essential oils. So this is a 50 ml bottle. Oops, where's my On Guard? Now, if you don't have On Guard, you can DIY your own On Guard blend, or you could use tea tree and eucalyptus, but sorry, counting. This is the premium blend that you need to be using. Otherwise, I'd be DIYing my own blend. Okay, so in here we have, just to recap, 60% of the isopropyl alcohol, which is 100% alcohol, very drying on the skin. So we need to add some moisture in there. Got aloe vera gel, witch hazel, and the coconut oil. Then about 8 drops of the On Guard blend. And I've got a nice little sticker here, so they're going to know exactly what that is. There we go, hand sanitizer. It's a really handy size for a handbag, for the car. And this one has it's not a spritzer, it actually has a little pump dispenser. So it's like that. And it feels like, if you've bought the doTERRA On Guard spritzer, it feels exactly like that. So it's not too drying for your hands. Beautiful On Guard hand sanitizer. Yes, the hand sanitizer is a 50 ml bottle, and that's exactly right. If someone didn't have a bath, that would make a beautiful foot soak. Absolutely. Okay, so these two gifts, I've made one of these already today and given it to a nurse friend of mine with a plate of food, left it on her front doorstep. And this is going to my sister-in-law who just had a baby, and she loves baths. So we're going to go and leave that on her doorstep. But, you know, my work colleagues at work, I'm going to be making sure that I give them some of these, some food, maybe some kombucha, some stuff to nourish their body. It's little gift packs for people, I think is a really good idea. So that is all from me. I'm going to throw to Sarah. Sarah's making some awesome things, great for kids.
Thank you, Jess. So I am making tonight for you, actually I've already made PlayDough, and I'm going to make some baby wipes, but I'm going to give you an option to even make those as handy wipes for around the home, which is what I've been using them for at the moment. So I made this before because it was a little bit time consuming, but it was actually really easy and it feels pretty good. My baby was trying to steal it off me as we were sitting here before. Literally, I'm just going to read you the recipe, which I have here. So 2 cups of flour. I made this as a half one just because I wanted to test it out before I did it for you guys, and then decided it took a really long time. It'd be here for an hour. But 2 cups flour, and then in a jug you put 2 cups of water. I coloured mine with Hopper colours, all right? Now, you know, it's entirely up to you. It's just what I had. So these are natural, and it doesn't look that super bright colour that you might get from other food colouring, but I chose to use a natural one because that's what I had. Then a cup of salt, a tablespoon of olive oil, teaspoon of cream of tartar, and 5 drops of essential oils. So what I often see is people make different colours and then put an oil that suits it. So I use spearmint in this one, but you could use Balance. That would be incredibly calming for all those children that are at home from school at the moment. Purple could be lavender, and again, lots of calming properties. And then you could do yellow with lemon. Just be mindful when you're making your Play-Doh not to put hot oils like something like cinnamon or oregano, because they could irritate the little hands playing with it. All right, so you combine all of the ingredients. I have a little confession. I didn't put the salt in because I only had really granulated pink salt, but the salt is there. So if you don't feel like using the whole cup of salt, because you do have like really good granular salt, the salt's there to stop it from going moldy. So it still works out the same without it, but the salt's obviously that preserving method. Depending on what oils you use, that might contribute to that preservation as well. All right, so all of the ingredients just in a saucepan and literally just stir it over warm heat. It was actually really easy. I was looking at it going, how's this ever going to turn into Play-Doh? But it's like, so good. My kids are very excited about it. So I think that's an incredible gift. A couple of different colours. This is obviously 1 cup, so you can make it into 3 balls. and colour them differently if you'd like. I did add more colour once it was dry, and it's easy to do that. You just massage it through. So you could make it without the colour and then add that afterwards, so that you could have 3 different balls of different colours. You would probably need to wrap it in a little bit of plastic so they don't all go together before you gift that on to someone who has small children. But even my 9 and 12-year-old were very excited about the Play-Doh. So there you go. So yeah, wonderful little gift for some kiddos that are stuck at home at the moment to play. I guess even a few little cookie cutters or something with those would be a wonderful way to make that an incredible gift. All right, the next one I'm going to show you is actually baby wipes, or for those that don't have babies, if there's someone down the road that wants cleansing wipes. I've actually made these up, and I thought I'd just show you my one I've got here. So this is an older one, and they pull out, and I've made these up as on guard hand wipes, but also for wiping down around my new school from home, and wiping down door handles and light switches and those sorts of things, where we have to be really mindful of keeping any germs that are entering our home clean. So I just wanted to show you how they pull out and how easy they are, and I'm going to pull that out and make you a brand new batch now. So basically I'm just using half of a paper towel, all right, and we're going to put that, I'm just going to start that, 2 cups of water. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour that in here. Now, if you're making baby wipes, it's really important to add, I am going to make baby wipes tonight, but you can use, I'm a little bit short on water there, but that's okay. You need to make sure you put in your coconut oil to soothe the skin, a bit like the other products we're looking at today, the hand sanitizer and those sorts of things. But we're also going to put a tiny bit of soap in there, a bit of Castile soap. And if you were using it as an on-guard cleaner, you could use, this is what I used in my ones over here for cleaning surfaces. So you could use your on-guard cleaning concentrate. So let me grab my coconut oil. So I put a squirt of coconut oil in there, and that's going to be very soothing to the skin. And for the baby wipes, I use lavender and tea tree, okay? So just a couple of drops of each of those. Just put those in here. And literally, you just put it in a container like this. This is just a decor container with a lid, not that expensive. You do need one that fits in properly and tight so that it doesn't all fall apart. And literally then just pour the water over the top, like so. And then what happens is you can see that the inside just pulls out of the middle there, all right? So it does, you saw before they come out better, like when they're first done, it takes a little while for it to settle down, but you just pull them from the center and you've got some wonderful baby wipes or cleansing wipes. So I think these are a wonderful gift, both as baby wipes, but even the on-guard version to give to someone to literally stick in the car, wipe down their hands, wipe down surfaces, those sorts of things at the moment. And it's not that pretty, unfortunately, but I'm sure with the little boat you could jazz it up. And again, put the ingredients on. And it is important to have this shaped container, unfortunately. So sorry, it's not that cute. But yeah, I've been showing a lot of people this and they're really excited about it. It's just such an easy thing. I think you could even give them another one. And I was thinking about adding a little sample vial so they could remake a second one later, just to make it last a little bit longer. So a cute little gift pack, yeah, with the container. All right, I'm going to hand over to, hold on, let me look at my notes here. Am I handing over to Karma now? No, Kate and Kelly, oh, hot chocolate jar. I love the way you end these calls.
Yes, my turn now. Hi everyone, great to see everyone on tonight. So yeah, I'm Kelly, and I tonight am doing the hot chocolate jar mug version. So I've got a couple of versions here. One, I popped in a little mug, and 2, I popped in a little jar. So just a couple of different versions I want to sort of talk you through. It's the same recipe, but yeah, 2 different ways of doing it. So basically the idea here is that we've got, yeah, few ingredients, dry ingredients, I think is the important thing here. And then we can give them to our friend, neighbour, etc. And then we've got instructions, and they literally add some boiling water and milk, and they've got themselves this beautiful, and we had one this afternoon to make sure we were on the money, beautiful, yummy, peppermint flavoured cacao hot drink, and it's delicious. So I've just laid it here so we can see what's in this. So I'll put the instructions in later and the recipe. So we've got, now this makes up five lots for 5 different people. So yeah, we're doing it in bulk here. So we've got a couple of the dark chocolate drops that down the bottom here. So these are just the Cadbury ones I've got from the supermarket. You can choose to get organic, whatever you'd like to choose. But yeah, I've got the chocolate ones, the Cadbury ones from the supermarket. We've got 3/4 of a cup of Rapadura sugar, that's in here, and 2/3 a cup of cacao powder on top, and 3/4 a cup of whole milk powder. So the idea is the whole milk powder obviously gives you that little milkier flavour, which is nice. So what we do then is we make this up, join it all together, and put that through your blender or the Thermomix. Just give it a whiz so you've got a nice little fine powder in there. So that is enough. There's, what do we put, 1/2 cup per jar, and that's enough to give to one person. Or what I've done on this version, I've put 1/2 cup in a little gift bag here and tied a spoon on it. So this is the little bamboo spoons I just grabbed from the supermarket actually. And then of course we've got our little gift card here, and I've just written exactly to then add to your mug 3 tablespoons of our cacao mix here, 1 cup of boiling water, 1 drop of the peppermint oil, so that's also included. So in the little 2 ml drams, I would add about 10 drops of peppermint oil. Saying that, I've chosen to do peppermint. You could mix it up, wild orange, cardamom, what else have I written here? Cinnamon, turmeric, but peppermint's divine. That chopped peppermint flavour, can't go wrong really. Right, so what am I, yes, and 1 drop is all we're popping in, and then top it with a little bit of milk, stir and enjoy. So that's what I've popped on the little list here. So I will stick that in my cup, and then on the back actually needs to be written the exact ingredients for in here, obviously for allergies and things like that. So that's what I'm going to pop in my little cup, and yeah, just get hold of some cheap cups from supermarket, cheapest chips or something. You can pop them on the doorstep like that, or in the little jug version, again with the label stuck and a bit of a ribbon, and make that look pretty. So they're the choices that we've come up with for our hot chocolate jar mug. Yeah, so remembering that cacao is a superfood, so it's given us a good excuse to drink lots of cacao and be healthy in that sense. Yeah, so I'll pop these 2, we'll spread them around tomorrow. I might send the kids over to the neighbour's door and they can give him a wave and drop that off. He's just had his hip done recently, so should put a smile on his face. And yeah, we'll take a drive and pop that on another friend's doorstep tomorrow as well, just to get them out the house. Now just to wait. Yeah, exactly. Yes, all good. So yeah, that's all I had to say. So thanks for, yeah.
Thanks for that. That was awesome. How delicious did that? Yum. So just like in finishing tonight, I'd like to thank absolutely everybody for showing up. And you know, I just want to explain a little bit more about this random act of kindness that we've got going on. So I have actually contacted doTERRA corporate on behalf of everybody here tonight, and I thought that we could be the start of an amazing ripple effect in Australia and maybe across the world, because at the moment, let's face it, everybody is fighting a battle nobody knows anything about, and everybody needs some kindness in their life. I know we just shut our business that we've had for 12 years today, which has been extremely tough. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. So in accordance with doTERRA, we would love it if all of you guys could make a random act of kindness and pass it on to all these lucky people like these guys are going to tomorrow. Like, my heart just sings when things like this happen. It's just so beautiful. And we would ask you to take a photo, not actually obviously of the person, because at the moment we need to keep our distance, but if we could just take a photo of their letterbox or their doorstep or on your bench before you go, and put either hashtag doTERRA kindness or hashtag doTERRA AUNZ kindness. We're kind of going with the doTERRA kindness. We've cut out the other bit because we want this to happen across the world. So if you we'll pop that. If Jess, if you could just type that into the comments maybe so that people can copy it now, and take those photos, and let's get this happening viral all across Australia and across the world. Think of all the amazing people's lives that we can touch by doing this, and it can be the most simplest of things like we've talked about tonight. It doesn't have to be anything big or extravagant. It's the little things that mean the most sometimes in life. So think about too your LRP this month and some oils that you may need. You know, you may not have geranium in stock, or you may not have lavender piece to make some things that you're after. So, you know, the end of the month is just about to tick over. So they're all things that we can be thinking about ready for next month. And also about what you want to make and who you want to give it to, you know. And sometimes I remember a lady saying to me once, who works for this organisation called Geeston Cares. So we live in like a small country town. If someone passes away, they just turn up with a cake on your doorstep, or it might just be a little food hamper because you may not feel like going to the supermarket. And she said to me, you can guarantee the people that don't put their hand up are most often the people that need the kindness and most often need the support in life. The people that put their hand up for support generally are getting support anyway in some shape or form. So just keep that in mind. So if you're new tonight and you would like to enroll, please go back to the person that invited you. That is so important. They will put you on the correct path to showing you how to get these magnificent oils in your life. You will still always get to be a part of all these events with all of us guys. We collaborate often, and you know, doTERRA is one beautiful big family. So also please mention the code word Diamond Club when you go back to your person, because there is an opportunity for you to get a free seat award if you're new to enroll tonight. So that's really important. So go back to the person that invited you tonight, and, you know, stay safe, everybody. Stay at home and do the right things so that we can all get through this together, apart from obviously dropping off your random acts of kindness or passing those on. Does anybody else have anything else they would like to add to that at the end? Nope. All good. Okay. We will leave it there. I'll just quickly check, was there any questions there? Nope. Okay. Well, take care, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us tonight.